All right, so everyone who's watching and just tuned in, this is my dear friend and client Claude. She's from New York, and we met in London. So we're in London right now, and I'm going to ask her a couple of questions regarding our little PT session. So here we go.
Okay.
Before we actually met, what were you struggling with the most?
I mean, what wasn't I struggling with? I was soft, and I was not motivated to work out. I wasn't accountable, and when I did go to the gym, I don't think I was doing things that were helping me. I think I was just doing things that were easy and I felt like I needed to do. But I didn't have a program, and I hadn't had a program. So I was struggling with, being flabby and just not feeling healthy in my skin,
Right. Now, how did we actually meet? How did that all go down?
Well, I went to Fitness First, which I joined in Marylebone, and asked for a trainer, and you wrote me immediately. I think you wrote me that day. And we went over an assessment. I think we did a mock training, and I was done. Plus, you look at you and you're like, okay, well, he knows what he's doing.
Great. Now, did you have any sort of hesitations or any sort of preconceptions of how to, not towards me, but maybe towards personal training anyway?
Well, I was just scared. I was more just scared because I knew I was so out of shape that I was more like, am I going to fail, quite frankly? But I knew I needed a personal trainer. That I knew, because I just was not accountable. And I needed someone who could really be with me and coach me. And I really believe in that coaching relationship. So I was open to the coaching. I was just more kind of self-doubting inside.
Right. So what would you say to someone who is thinking of doing online personal training but hasn't had me or met me in person like you have?
Yeah, I would say you definitely want to suss out the person and their credibility and maybe some reviews and ask them how they like to work, or is it personalized, or are you giving me a training regimen that you give to all women? Is there anything that's going to be targeted to me? That would be really important. And then just literally to find out why you. Yeah.
So what would you say to the person, why me?
Why Mark?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You're kind, you're firm, I'd say. You definitely don't let someone back off. Once they're engaged with you, you expect integrity and you expect accountability, and that was very important for me, especially getting up at 5 or 5:30 in the morning to meet with you. And you know what you're doing. I never ever felt scared. I always felt like you were there to coach me, and even in the hardest things, those pull-ups with the rope or whatever, even the first time when I couldn't do it, or the second time when I barely did it, or the third time, you were encouraging me but not letting me be lazy. So I think that you're very accountable and you expect people to be accountable, and that's a great relationship.
Yeah. Now, thinking back at that time, what kind of solutions did I give you?
You gave me solutions that were very body moving. Moving my body in ways that I probably hadn't. It wasn't just lifting weights. You really gave me a variety where I lifted a sandbag on my back, or I would do these movements with my arms like I was a spider, and you would pass the ball to me because I love passing balls, and that was really important. And then the rope thing. I mean, you got me into things that I would never have done in a gym. And that was what I needed, because as I said, I was going into gyms before doing what I thought helped on these machines, which actually weren't doing anything. And I think also you brought me into a new way of thinking about getting fit, which is really about movement. It wasn't just strength training. I got really strong because I was dedicated. I saw you 2 or 3 times a week. But it was more than just getting strong. I felt agile. I felt slim and slender, and that's what I wanted.
Speaking of that, what kind of results did we get?
we got great results. I mean, I lost weight. It wasn't so much about losing weight, but I probably lost like 8 pounds. I gained muscle, and I had like a 6-pack. So I mean, that was awesome. I was 44 at the time, and having a 6-pack was great. And also, like, people noticed, and that is speaks to my own vanity. But I wanted to feel much more comfortable in my clothes, much more comfortable in my skin. I didn't want to feel bloated, and the results were fantastic. I really felt like, yes, like the results were proven.
So what makes this, or what was different about this program than anything else you've tried in the past?
To be perfectly honest, I mean, I think it was the way you chose to deal with me, and the relationship and bond that we created together was one where you had so much skin in the game, and it required me to have as much skin in the game. And for a busy executive like myself, it's so easy for me to say I can't come, or I'm going to prioritize something else, or I really need to sleep in, and I couldn't. I chose not to, but I also I didn't want to like let you down. I didn't want you to think that I wasn't as invested, because that's the type of person I am. So I mean, I think it was you, and I was so happy that you're the one that wrote me back that day, and I was so excited that the results I got, that once I moved to New York, I reached out to you immediately to tell me what to do. And then I said I wanted to bottle you and bring you back to New York, which I couldn't do. I tried.
Great. Now, if someone is sitting on the fence of deciding of actually taking up this program, what would you tell that person?
Yeah, I would really just say, look, give it a shot. We can come up with 10 excuses of why you're not going to do it, but there's one reason why you should just give it a shot, because you deserve it. You deserve to feel good.
Great. So if you're still watching, below the video or above the video, there will be a button to schedule a call with myself to figure out if you need some help, and it's like a strategy session where we discuss certain things we just did with Claude. And thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you soon.